Hey guys, welcome back to the Voice in the Wilderness podcast. This is episode 7. I'm glad you could rejoin us. It's actually going to be the last episode of the first season. Now, it'll come back in April, and we're going to carry on from there, going at a rate of one episode every month. So we're going to make a couple of changes, but I'll tell you more about that as we get closer to that time through social media, so just keep an eye out for those things as we get around April time. As you may have noticed, I don't have any other comrade in order to talk to you with. This is going to be a really short episode. I just wanted to remind you guys of the reason why this podcast exists. So in telling you why I'm doing this podcast, I want you to match it with the reason why you listen to it. The reason for this podcast, I hope it gives you some intellectual gain. I hope you learn something. But more than knowledge, I hope that you start to do the things that we're talking about. The whole purpose of this is to change the world one purpose at a time. One person at a time, plowing deep, not just wide, making disciples, preparing the world for the return of Christ, sharing the gospel. So I hope you guys can make that your heart as well. Why do I listen to this podcast? I want to be inspired and motivated to go and share the gospel, to prepare this world for the return of Christ. I want to go and win souls. I want to go tell people about Jesus. I hope that becomes your heart, and I hope you go and do those things, not just like an emotional thing. Actually go do it. When I say actually go do it, I mean look at your calendar and tell me when you are going to go tell people about Jesus. There may not be any time on your calendar when you go do that. Or look backwards and ask yourself, when have I last shared the gospel with someone? Maybe it's been a long time, maybe you never have. Maybe you do it all the time, I don't know. But the place that I want to bring you guys to is the place of this desperation and a fear of God, not just for ourselves, but for other people, knowing the consequences of sin and the consequences of a life lived without Jesus. What's going to happen to the people who aren't saved? So there's an urgency and there's a great need. It's incredibly important. I hope you guys make that your mission. And I'd like to encourage you with this. In Matthew 28, when Jesus gives the Great Commission, and he says, "Go therefore, make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you, and behold, I am with you always, to the end of the age." So I also want to encourage you that, no, we can't do this on our own power, but we have Jesus with us every step of the way. I can't go and do this stuff, but I have the power of Jesus. The same power that raised Jesus from the dead is alive in me. The Holy Spirit gives us power to do all of this stuff that we're talking about. And then one other thing, when Christianity was starting to spread, some people said of the disciples, they said, these are the men that are turning the world upside down. When we share the gospel, and I mean actually share the gospel, not talk about it amongst other Christians and say that we would like to, or we need to, or this or that, but when we go and we actually share the gospel and make disciples, something happens and everything changes. The world gets flipped on its head because that's not the natural way. Are you willing to go change the world, turn it on its head, turn the world upside down? Are you willing? If you're willing, when are you going to do it? The gospel is only good news if it gets there in time. So how long are you going to wait? How long are you going to put it off before you tell your friends, your family, the strangers? How long are you going to put it off? There's a limited amount of time, but you think you have all the time in the world. If you think that right now, chances are, if you don't change it right now, you're going to continue to think that until the day time runs out. Maybe Jesus returns, maybe that person dies, and you don't have any more opportunity to share the gospel with that person. It's too late. What state is that person in right now? I know that we're not the judges, but do you think that person's going to heaven or hell? Just going off their fruit, the way they talk, the way they act. What do you think? So don't put it off. Go talk to that person. I don't really have any profound words to say for this episode, honestly. Sometimes I think profundity is distracting. Sometimes people get so caught up taking notes that they don't take action. But I think that's what makes this episode particularly good. There's nothing good about it. It's kind of the point. This show isn't about what I talk about, really. It's about what you do, what we're all supposed to do. So go prepare the world, because Christ is coming soon. Time's running out. That'll be it for this episode. I hope you guys go and do this stuff that I'm talking about right now. Go prepare the world for the return of Christ, because he is coming soon and it is very urgent. So let's go do this. See you guys in season 2 in like 2 months, something like that.